due to COVID, we weren't able to see him for 3 days.
We didn't know how he would be, but he was still Bill.
And they had an incredible PT program.
He was transferred back to a skilled nursing facility here in Bozeman.
I'd ride my bike over there twice a day and talk to him and see him, but you know, it wasn't the same.
He had taken such a downward spiral in the nursing home that they discharged him to hospice, and I kind of thought that was the direction we were going in. He came home, and luckily we felt like we had the resources to be able to make it work for him at home. I don't think everybody can do it, but if you can, I would recommend it. It's really hard.
It can fundamentally change how someone thinks of himself. And so you can take someone who was, say, the breadwinner or the primary caregiver, and now they're not maybe as able to do that. Or maybe they still can, but their partner doesn't think they can. So the relationship can be very highly affected.
I feel like in a sense I've lost my parents a little bit, even though we're very much still a tight family. Kind of just lose that sense of freedom too. It's constantly on my mind.
I think because of the stroke, he has muted emotions. So he doesn't talk much about how he's feeling. You know, at the VA, they said, "Are you depressed?" And he said, "Yes." And then he came home and said, "Well, of course I'm depressed. Who wouldn't be depressed?" I said, "Of course you are depressed." So we don't talk about that much in depth about what's happening or where this is going to go. It's more, I'd say, perfunctory. And it's more like almost like a child, like it's demand, response. You know, like all day long. And that gets tiring. By 7 or 8, he's ready to go to sleep, which then I go upstairs, I shut the door, and that's my time. I have like 2 hours before I'm conked out too. What's really fun is whenever we have had people over, and that's when it just feels normal. He's having a good time, and that's the best. That's when you think, this is normal, you know, where the rest of it isn't normal.
It took about 8 weeks of being home and getting on the right medication program and being surrounded by loved ones and family and friends who would stop by and drop meals off that he started getting better.
When they said at rehab, like, what's your goal, or, you know, what are you looking forward to, or whatever, he always would say, to get back to see Scout.
Little Scout is just such a lovable kid. I really credit her with recovery. Just having someone like that in your life.
When he was in Salt Lake, that was the longest time that they had ever been apart from each other. And we had FaceTimed a couple times, but he had this new facial droop and wasn't talking quite as quickly. Honestly, it's taken 3 months for Scout and my dad to re-cement their relationship.
The other day, Piper and Scout were at our house. Little Scouty crawls up on the bed, and she crawls up under my arm. So the first thought, oh my God, this is worse than. So I could have missed that.
I want him to live as long as he can just because of the Scout. You know, I want her to know him because he's a super fun person to know.
There's certain things in relationships that have been so sweet that have formed. So I feel like I've actually gotten to know my dad and just be able to hang out with him more.
It helps to know that you did everything you could to have a fun, interesting, rewarding life, and we were good at that.